Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids, and I've got a couple of different products for you here today. These are iPad Butlers, and I'm going to give you a closer look at them in a minute. You can see one here. This has got an iPad already located in the holder, and these are from iPad-butler.com. Now they're two different products made of different materials. This one here on the right is made of sort of a high-grade plastic with some metal incorporated as well. And then this one here is a more sturdy design. This is made of aluminium. So I'm going to head round behind the camera and just give you some close-up shots of these two products and then let you know what I think of them. Now, concentrating on the black stand first of all, this one's made of a high-grade plastic. There's metal incorporated in it as well, and that gives it its sort of rigid structure. And this arm that you can see going up is sort of curved slightly backwards. And then on the top, when we get up to this top section, you can see sort of a carbon fibre moulding for the iPad. Now this one here, the plastic one, costs around about £122 or $193. If I just swing it round, you can see that it comes with this sort of flexible arm. And this arm you can obviously move into whatever position you want, which is really cool. Now, these are really great for presentation work. But there are a couple of things I just want to show you do get inside the pack. Now, you get these plastic additions. This one's still wrapped up, but I'll show you what it looks like. And this one here is for the iPad 2. So you get, I'm pretty sure you get both in the box, but these slide onto the side of the iPad and then they lock down. You've got, if I can get this to focus here, you get little tiny sort of screws in the top here. And once these are on the side of the iPad, you lock those down and then it prevents the iPad from being removed. Now, apart from those ones that you get for the iPad 2, you do also get a set for the first gen iPad, which is what I've got in here at the moment. This is a first gen. And again, let me just show you. These slide onto the side of the iPad, like so. And then once they're all the way on, these screws in the top actually locate down into the iPad. They've got little plastic bits, so it's not going to damage the side of your iPad, and then they stop the iPad from being removed from the stand. They're quite a tight fit though, and I must admit that I'm not too keen putting them on. I think they might well sort of mark, because they're quite sort of rigid plastic. They're not particularly soft plastic. Now, one of the other things that I didn't like with these stands is that you get a little bag. Let me show you this. You get a little bag with each stand, and these contain Allen keys. And these Allen keys are used for locking the nuts down, because there's even one on the top here. You just move this forwards, you can see another little sort of locking nut here. And you use these Allen keys to actually screw the little locking nut down onto the iPad. And these aren't polished or anything, these are very rough and ready. I've ended up with black hands so many times that I really think they need to put higher grade Allen keys in the pack. You also get an iPad 2 upgrade kit with each stand, and these have just got little inserts. This one's for the aluminium stand. I've got one here for the plastic stand as well, which is in black, and this one's in silver. And these just sit inside the grooves and they make them smaller for the thinner size of the iPad 2. So now let's take a look at the higher grade stand, the aluminium one, and I'll show you, well, what I think of that one's construction and whether I think that's worth paying the extra money for. So what you're seeing now is the base of the aluminium iPad Butler. So a full metal construction, and that's over like a really heavy piece of wood, and then you've got this same curved arm leading up to the top of the holder for the iPad. And then once you get to the top of the arm, we've got the same flexible sort of gooseneck style holder that locates onto the part that's going to actually hold your iPad 1 or iPad 2. So very similar construction, but because it's made of aluminium, you're going to be paying extra for this one. This is £175 or $276. Now the aluminium iPad Butler is made of a lot higher grade material, so paying that extra price is getting you a lot more solid construction. These parts on the top as well, these unscrew really easily. Let me just unscrew this one, and you can mount this on the other hole if you want. That's what I'm going to do now. So I can mount this on this hole, and then we will, if I turn it the right way, we will screw this back on, and then once this is screwed back on, then you can mount the iPad in that same horizontal position. So it's really quite flexible. And let me just turn this around. This one weighs an absolute ton as well. Very, very heavy one, this. And you've got that curved arm coming up to the top, and then this flexible gooseneck. So it's very, very good. There's also some cable management built in as well. There's a little tiny hole in the top here. And that allows you, if you've got a long enough connector cable, to actually power your device whilst it's on the stand. Let's turn that back round. So these two products are pretty good. As I say, there is room for improvement. I don't like this locking nut mechanism. I think they could have done something a lot more elegant. Now, if you want to check these products out, you need to go to ipad-butler.com. But keep watching this video, because there is actually another product that I want to show you. I'm just going to grab this now. So I want to show you this other product that's by the same company, and it's called the Carbon Deluxe Stand. And this one's going to cost you £60 or $95, and you use it totally separate to these. It's related because all the parts are interchangeable, but it is a separate product. And what you get inside the pack is you get a little bag, just show you that, and that's got that same unfinished Allen key, so again, room for improvement there. You also get some screws and some wall plugs. And what you're going to use that first part for is for this bit here. This screws to the wall, so you can screw this to a wall in your home or in your office. Flexible gooseneck arm screws into this. This is flexible, exactly the same as on the top of the two stands I showed you. And then this end screws into the mount. So you've got the same carbon fibre mount. This one's a bit better though. Why on earth didn't they do this with the stands? This one's got a little sort of screw mount. And I have got an idea of why they didn't do this with the stands. And this is probably because these are destined to go into maybe a shop or some sort of display where you don't want people to be able to remove the iPad. Whereas this is for more personal use. So this one here, you can actually take out without any additional tools. So I suppose if you did want to, and if they were interchangeable in the same size threads, if you did own all the products, you could take this out and use it with the stand, but I doubt that's going to happen. But anyway, that's the carbon stand that goes with one of those. You also get an additional stand in here, which is just got one sort of hole mount in it. And these two allow you to mount your iPad onto the wall bracket. But there is also two more components. So we get this, which is like a suction cup, which can go onto a car windscreen. And then this, couldn't work out what this was for, golf ball stand. I mean, somebody tell me if I'm being stupid, but I could not work out what that golf ball stand was for. And then also with this pack, God, you get a lot for your money. You do also get, let me just show you, this is the card that it comes mounted on. You'd also get an iPad 2, let's get this up the right way for you, iPad 2 upgrade kit as well. And that's those little sort of inserts which allow the stand that I've just showed you to work with the iPad 1 or the iPad 2. There's the website address, ipad-butler.com. I think they're good products. They've definitely got their place in sort of some sort of presentation area for these two. The Carbon Deluxe stand, I can see that being very useful for some people because you've got that wall mount, you've also got the suction mount, and you can buy extras as well. You can buy things like a handlebar mount, so you can mount it onto a bike and things like that. So all really good products. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all again in the next one.